Hey, my name is Matt Ogawa. I work at Facebook as an HR leader in the Human Resources Department. I also co-lead the Asian Pacific Islander Resource Group. APIs at Facebook stands for Asian Pacific Islanders. It's a group of people, actually a big group of people. We have over 3,000 members that work to support our employees and people that work at Facebook. Resources to get to know each other, network, professional development, outreach into the community, supporting other people that might move here from other areas. Maybe they don't speak the language or don't know where to go for certain, health, medical, whatever it might be. Find those resources here in the Bay Area or wherever we have a location. When I was in college, I was actually studying psychology, and then my counselor said that I should pick up another major or whatever, and I started taking Asian American Studies. One of the classes that I took, the first class I took, it was based around Japanese or Asian American communities in the Bay Area or in California, and I started to learn a lot more. I'm fourth generation myself, Japanese, and fourth generation American, and I started to learn a lot more about just the community, the background, how I am the way I am based on, a little bit of American culture, a little bit of Japanese culture kind of mixed together. And I got more interested in it, and so I just started to learn more and more and more, and pretty soon it became my second major, just learning about everything that the Asian and Asian American experience here in the US. Yeah, so right after college, I started getting involved in a lot of different activities, nonprofit organizations, fundraisers, charities, things like that, just to give back to the community. I think one of the things I studied in college, I realized that the Asian American or Asian communities are pretty big in the US, but they're losing a lot of funding. There's a lot of people that give or donate to these organizations are getting older, they're passing on, things like that. And I wanted to make sure that we could actually get younger generations more involved in giving back to their own communities rather than back in the day when everyone was just trying to assimilate into being American. Yeah, I think a big achievement for me was, it's probably about 8 years ago now. I used to work for Gap at the corporate office up in San Francisco, and they had a resource or affinity group for almost anything you could think of, but they didn't have one for Asian Pacific Islanders. So a couple of friends and we decided to get together and just try to do some activities here and there. But then it turned out to be its own affinity group, and we actually ended up becoming a company-sponsored group. We did a lot of work out in the community. We got a lot of Asian American employees involved globally, and I think being able to start that and knowing that it's still going today, I don't know, I feel really good about that. Yeah, always my personal goals are to make sure that I always look at three categories, and if I can do things in those three categories, then I feel good about that. First one is always around networking or professional development. How do we connect people and I know someone that might be able to help you here and be able to introduce them to do more.
Branch off from there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Be able to branch off there, and then just more good things happen. Second one is about community, both building community and then also helping the community. I've always worked at larger companies that I feel can continue to keep doing more for the communities out there that maybe don't have as much exposure or whatever you might want to call it. So any type of community work, community involvement is really important for me. And the third one is more social stuff. I mean, just getting to meet other people and learn from them and see where you can help them out. And the biggest thing for me is always just continue learning from other people, and whether it be a specific thing or how to do an event a certain way or whatever it might be. So. Yeah, I think it's important for people when they get involved in stuff like this, and especially for Asian Pacific Islander people, is like really put yourself out there. If you have an idea, if you have an opinion, put it out there. Don't like hold back or not say anything just because you don't want to. Also follow through with what you're going to do. I think there's a lot of people out there that they want to do all these things, they want to meet all these people, they want to create all these events or whatever, and then but nothing ever happens. So I think follow through with what you say you're going to do, and make sure that you actually think about what you're signing up for. Otherwise, nothing is going to ever happen. people should continue to get involved in the API community. There's a lot of love out there that's needed, so anything people can do to help people out, donate funding where it's needed, spread the word, volunteer out in the community, whatever it is, I think people can just continue to do that, especially younger generations of APIs. Not just worried about, you know, what we're studying in school and stuff like that, but get out there, do more. Yeah, a couple of big orgs that I work out with. Big shout out to Facebook APIs. We're trying to do a lot in the community. Big shout out to part of an organization called NGNF, New Generation Nikkei Fund. It's a fund that we find donors that are 5th and 6th generation Japanese American, or actually they don't even have to be Japanese American, and we take that money and get it matched and donate it and grant it out to other programs around the communities. So yeah, keep on giving.